Hello bestie, I welcome you all back to my channel. I am Aisha. In this video I'll be showing you how to make sculpture cup concept for any cup size. Thank you all for your support. God bless you all. If you are new to my channel, kindly click on the subscribe button. Don't forget to turn on your notification bell so that whenever I upload a new video you'll be notified. Stay tuned to the end of the tutorial. These are the material you will need for your sculpture cup concept. I have crepe material. This is crepe material. This is skin net. You make use of skin net that match with your skin color. This interface. This is woody. There is shiny part. The shiny part will be glued to the material. This is fiber. The fiber is very full. You can see I will slit it into two that way to gum it to the material. This is Emi gum. And this is the pattern. I have a video on how to draft it. I'll be dropping the link below for you to watch. And Regina Bonnie. You fold your fabric into four this way. You fold it first into two and fold it back this way. I will be cutting this upper part first. Upper part of the cup. But before cutting, at the down part of the upper part of the cup, I will need to go inward by ½ inch at this side, both side ½ inch. I make use of ½ inch before with the ½ inch that I used before with this ½ inch making 1 inch. I made mention of it in the video of the drafting that you can use ½ inch or 1 inch. You connect it from the side to the center and I will be adding that ½ inch to that upper part. You cut it out this way. I will be adding the ½ inch to it when placing it on the main fabric. Use your office pin to hold your pattern to your fabric so that it won't shift. At this upper part, I'll measure ½ inch. From that point, you straighten it and connect it to the center part this way. Same thing applies to this side. ½ inch. You bring it up this way and connect it. You curve it to meet that center point. Now, I'll be adding a 0.75 to it all round. You can decide to make use of ½ inch or 1 inch depending on how you want it. But make sure when you are joining it, you are making use of that same inseam seam that you had to it. I'll be cutting it out. If you have not watched the tutorial on how to draft this sculpture cup concept, I will advise you watch it first before washing this sewing part of the cup. I will be dropping the link below for you to watch in the description box. This is it. I will notch it at this center. That's very important. You can see it. Now I will be cutting the down part of the cup. You fold your fabric into four. I'm cutting 4 pieces of each, the main fabric and the lining. You place your pattern on it this way and add the 0.7.5 to it all round. I'll be cutting it out. Same thing applies to this part of the cup. Give this video a thumbs up, share with your friends. If you are new to my channel, click on the subscribe button. You notch it at that point for you to know where the sewing of the center of the cup will stop when joining it together. This is it. You join these two together first before joining it to the upper part. This is the wording. I will be placing the pattern. You make use of the pattern in cutting out the wording. I will remove the pattern and place it on the wording in cutting it out. Don't forget to add the ½ inch at that upper part to it when placing it on the wording. Is very important. You name it the side, the center. That's very important for you not to be confused. This is the down part. That's the side, and this is the center of the down part of the cup. It's very important you name it. That's the upper part. I'm indicating it on it for me to know the upper part. I'll be cutting 2 pieces of the wording, but for the material you cut 4 pieces each. But this you cut 2 pieces. I'm adding the ½ inch to it at the upper part of the side. I will be using zigzag sewing machine to sew it to the down part of the pattern. You cut the side same size with the pattern, but this down you add ½ inch to it if you are not using zigzag sewing machine. You name it on the wording, the side, the center. That's very important. This is the down part. You cut 2 pieces of it also. You add ½ inch to the side that will be joined to the upper part, and the center of the 2 pieces of this down part, you add ½ inch to it if you are not using zigzag sewing machine. And give it an arrow to indicate the side that will be joined to the upper part and the side that will be joined together with the other side of the down part. Same thing applies to the third part of it. This is it. I'm done with the cutting. And I've add estate to the main fabric. You add estate to each. For the wording, I will use zigzag sewing machine to join it together. And you can also achieve this tacking with your hand needle. You use your hand needle to tack it in a way that it will cross to the other side. You pick the wording this way and place it to each other side. You can see. When sewing it, don't draw it. Allow the machine to move it by itself. If the tacking process is too long for you, you add a 0.75 to the part that it will have joining on the wording so that it will be equal with the main fabric, and you use your iron to gum it to the main fabric. Don't add joining allowance to the wording all round at the side so that it won't be equal with the main fabric. That's the only difference. After joining the down part, you pick the upper part and place it this way with the down part and stitch it this way with the zigzag sewing. Don't draw it. Allow it to move by itself. This is it. You can see the inner part, how deep it is. I'll need to place another stitch on it. You place your stitch on it twice for it not to lose. Give this video a thumbs up, share with your friends. If you are new to my channel, click on the subscribe button. This is the final look. You can see. Same thing applies to this other one. Now we have the two cup made with Worthy. You can also make use of laminated foam to achieve this. This is it. You can see. Now for the material, I will be joining it. You pick it that way and join it with the 0.75 at that down part. This is it. You pick the center and the side and join it with the inseam allowance. You confirm your pattern, the size of your pattern this way. You place your pattern on it for you to know the inseam allowance you will use in sewing it. For us to have a perfect cup size, this is it. You can see. I will need to trim it a bit. You trim it a bit. You open the inseam and give it a nice press. I've done that. You can see the outcome. Now I'll be joining this down part to the upper part. It's very important you indicate your pattern with an arrow. Now I will be joining it to the down part. You pick it that way. Make sure the joining meets at that center with where you notch at the center of the upper part. Use your inseam allowance to join it together this way. This is it. You can see the outcome, how deep it is. You can see. Same thing applies to this other one. This is it. Now I will need to iron it. You open the inseam and give it a nice press and place this Worthy at the inner part. You use your tailoring hem to iron it for it to come out well. You open the inseam this way, you can see. Make sure everything is laid. If you want to iron the outer part, you place a pieces on it this way for the safety of the material. That's the reason for that. Now I'll be placing the wording. You can see the shiny part of the wording that has glue. You place it on it. Make sure you check the side and the center that they are equal, it meets. I'll be placing this Emmy gum on it first. You place your Emmy gum on it first for it to glue very well. And you check the center of the sewing if it's equal with the center of the word that you join together. Make sure everything is equal. You can see that center must be equal. You use your iron to gum it. I'm using the side of the tailoring hem. The side of the tailoring hem, you place your cup at the side. This is the main fabric that will be at the outer parts. This is the main fabric and this is the lining. I will be sewing the regional boning on the wording. First, you pick your pen and draw the line in form of crisscross. You can see you bend it this way. Come to this other side, you bend it to that other side too. You curve it. It's not straight. You have two at this side and two at this side. The center one and the middle of the cup. I'll be sewing the base of the caging to it first, the upper part and the round side. The size of the boning I'm using is 8 mm. You sew this upper part first. You sew it once. You sew the edge of the boning. That tiny edge, you place your sewing on it. All your boning should be on the wording. You stop your boning on the wording. This is it. You open this, you can see. You sew it once. Now you pick this and place it at the inner part of that first one that you sew. You sew it all round. You sew the edge of the boning. You sew on the wording. You cut the boning to the size and place it at that inner part of the upper one. Make sure you cut your tail thread for it to look neat. This is it. Now I'll place boning at this center. This is optional. You can decide not to place at that center, but for my, I do place at that center. You measure your boning and place it at that inner of the base. You can see. I'll be placing sewing on the other side of the boning. This is it. Now for the crisscross. Another important thing is the placement of your boning. You make use of that curvy of the boning. You place it curve. When sewing it, you can see. The only way to my heart is to like this video and share it with your friends. You place sewing on the other side of the boning. You follow those lines that you drew to place your boning. I'll be placing boning at the center of the cup. If you are watching this video and you've not watched the part 1 of this video on how to draft and cut different cup size, I will advise you watch that video first, because if you don't have knowledge of that, you can't proceed to this particular video. I have knowledge on how to cut different cup size. I will be dropping the link in the description box for you to watch. This is it. I'm done with the inner boning. I'll be placing sewing on the other side of the base boning. You place sewing on the other side of the upper base and the round base for us to secure the boning sharp edge. I'm done with it. This is it. You can see how neat it is. Same thing applies to the second cup. For the molding of the cup, you pick this and push it in this way. You can see the way I push it in. You push it in that way. That's the inner part. I'll be placing this fiber on the caging parts all round with the help of the hemming gum and iron. You place your hemming gum on it this way. You cut the hemming gum to the size of the caging. And place the fiber on it. Make sure the fiber cover the caging parts. I'm using steam iron. If you are not using steam iron, you can place a pieces on that fiber and place your iron on heat. But with steam iron, you can just steam it all round and the fiber will come to heat. I'll be cutting the fiber to the size of the caging parts. You cut it all round to the size of that caging part. This is it. You place a pieces on it and iron it. This is the molding part of the bust caging. You iron it very well for you to achieve that perfect cup that will accommodate your bust. You can see that the cup is coming out. You can see. You continue that process till you achieve a perfect cup size. This is it. I'm done with the molding part. You can see how neat it is. This side will be facing your breast. Now you place the main fabric on it this way. You can see. And use your office pin to hold it. Make sure the center point meets is equal at that down part and the center is equal. You use your office pin to hold it at this upper part. I will be placing sewing on it. You follow the wording shape to sew this upper part of the cup. At this side, you leave the inches for the inseam allowance before placing your sewing on it all round. On both sides, there should be a 0.75. You can see. You won't sew that is 0.75 at both sides. That's the joining allowance to the main body. This is it. You can see where I stopped the sewing. You trim out from the inseam. You trim him to the minimum. You flip the main fabric to cover the lining this way. You can see. You cover it up. I'll use my office pin to hold it together. Give this video a thumbs up, share with your friends. If you are new to my channel, click on the subscribe button. This is it. Now, this is the second molding part of this cup. You will need to mold it. I will be making use of the side. You can see. I bend it that way. You place a pieces on it. You first iron the edge of the cup, the upper part of the cup. If you are not using steam iron, sprinkle water on it. That's very important for it to come out well. This is it. How I reach, you can touch it and feel it. Very soft and smooth. Don't just watch this video, practice it and send me the picture of your cup. Watch out for the concept parts. If you find this video helpful, kindly give it a thumbs up. If you have any question or suggestion, you can drop it in the comment section below. Kindly subscribe to my channel and make sure you turn on your notification bell so that whenever I upload a new video, you will be notified. See you all in the part 3 of this video. Thanks for watching. Bye.